Well, hello folks, it's been a while, been quite a busy market, but it's me, Ichitoshi, bringing back a little quick how-to video on namespaces. I saw someone registering a namespace the other day, and it was registered as a marketplace collection, so I thought it might be worthwhile just showing people this. One of the first things people get brought attention to is the namespaces when they come into Ordinal, so you may see these like .sat names, Audi names, gem names. There are loads. There are BTC names. There's the one I saw the other day was called .drugs. The interesting thing about that is they registered it as a collection on Magic Eden. Whereas what you can do is, if you go to this site here, I'll link it down below, the namespaces have operations defined in them. So basically, there's an example down below that will show you. There are 100 different communities that started namespaces, it says here, as of the time of writing. There are a lot more now. So the reason why this is quite useful is if you come from a already existing online community, say you're a gaming community, you stream online to a community of people, you could make a namespace for your community. Or if you have a Discord community that's centralized around like a certain thing that you all do together, you could have a namespace for your community. So this is quite cool, quite unique. And this is how you would go about doing it. So the name is obviously the name. And the namespace that we keep saying is just the .sats. So in this example it's .sats. If you were, I don't know, all Fortnite players, you could put .fortnite. I'm pretty sure someone's already used that though. But you get my example. The dot and then whatever you want your namespace to be is your namespace. There are a few reasons why this is a good thing to do for your community. It helps indexes and marketplaces find your namespace in the first instance. So this is what I was discussing. The person who made the, I'll try and bring it up, but the person who made this collection for .drugs, they seem to do the as a marketplace listing, which is how you would normally go for a conventional PFP or image or, you know, anything, JPEG, whatever, a normal collection. Doing it this way, as I understand it, this is what helps the indexers pick it up as an actual namespace. So you can include a description, you can include an actual avatar and a logo for it as well. It's quite good, it's quite thorough, but I'll go down here and I'll show you. So what you can do is you would navigate to this site and you would just copy here. So copy this, and the part you'll be changing is essentially this, well, or anything below this really, but I'll go through this. Basically, the post you're doing is an SNS name, and the operation is a namespace, so you're registering the namespace in general. And then you would put here what you want your namespace to be. So you'd remove sats, when you've copied it, and put whatever you want your namespace to be. Here where it says about, this is where you would give a brief description. So the example I gave is a gaming community. You would put names for our community on Bitcoin. Names for our gaming community on Bitcoin, whatever. Before you inscribe this, it'd be well worth having an image that you want to use for your avatar. Inscribe that, and then just put the image ID here. That is the UTXO or the image ID right here. And then you would inscribe this as a text. That's all. Just inscribe it as a text file. And once this is confirmed and gone through, this will help indexers identify your namespace. All new namespace operations will be registered to this namespace, and also you will have your description up there. You'll have a nice little logo as well, and you've set your community up straight away from the beginning, as you mean to begin. There are some restrictions and limitations that are worth looking at. So only the first instance of each name and namespace is valid. So if someone has already done this, you can't register that specific name. It is a first is first. It's just the way it works, and only one name operation per ordinal inscription. So you can't put several in one like name, and you can't take like 9 names in one JSON. You could do several inscriptions, of course, and take several names for different tiers in your community if you wanted to do something like that. But that's just getting into something else. Capitalization doesn't matter. Anything will be brought down to lower space, and no spaces are permitted within the name. So that's basically it. Now, something that's quite cool when it comes to minting names, there's a simple registration where you can just do your name like that. You can just go to an indexer, and a lot of them, for instance on Unisats, I'll get it up. You can use the search function up here, press search, and then pick the namespace that you desire to search. If it's not there, for instance, if it's not one of the popular ones like Sats, like here we put Sats and put Satoshi, it will show you all the people. There's over 1,480 people who've registered, who've done Satoshi.sats, but there is only one you'll see here that is verified as first, because it was done on the 22nd of the 2nd, 2023, and anyone after it is second, so they don't count. So only this is a valid name. So this is how you can check to see if your name is available. As I said, if it's a namespace that isn't that popular, you can do, say, Satoshi.gua. I know this is taken. So see there, it shows the first namespace, Satoshi.gua, and someone's actually done it here as well in JSON. Now, if you are going to be doing a name that doesn't exist yet or something, Now, if you're going to be doing a namespace that doesn't exist yet, or it has very few people a lot of the time people, you'll say you can do it like this and that will count as first, and that's fair. Personally, I would do this because it's the JSON post, it's how it's showing it in the guides. So if you ever want to do that, you can just load up someone's inscription, just copy that if you really want to be lazy, and just change this, like the actual, just change this bit to what you want it to be. If there's a lot of names flying through and the hot one right now, you can just do that, dead easy. Only reason why I suggest that is because that's exactly how it says to do them when you're registering your names. The advanced registration includes an avatar, reverse resolution, so like you can add a wallet basically, and then a relay if you wanted to add more information. Like if you want to point to a different inscription or whatever. Like I mean, these are both quite new, and they say that these will be able to be updated in future, which I would hope so, because if you tied a Bitcoin address to your name, effectively if you sold the name, I'm not sure how that would work for payments received. Would the indexer read this and say, okay, any payments must go to this address, or would it go to the address in the wallet that it's sat? Because a handy feature you can do with these namespaces is if you've got a sat name in your wallet, you don't have to put all the wallet information. So if I wanted to send this wallet this money, I wouldn't have to copy all this information. I could just put satoshi.sats and send them some sats, or send them an inscription, which is really handy obviously. But yeah, it's well worth looking into this though, and looking at the documentation around sat names. There's a lot of information on here. There's FAQs. There's also a Discord as well, so you can go in there and talk to people and ask them for live information. But yeah, if you're looking at doing a namespace for your community or doing a brand new name, it's always worth looking at some of the extra information you can put onto it. It's quite cool, and I do think that they'll add more information to it because it is the largest namespaces that are going as sats names, so I don't think they'll just sleep on it forever. But yeah, any questions, pop them down below and I'll try and answer them as quick as I can. Thanks very much.